Shalom Ariel. A few questions. We would like to know, what is Messiah?
It's a very general question. It's a person, a physical body, a person that born here on earth, that have a mother and a father, and is going to become a king. He will lead Israel, he will make peace in all the world, he will fix everything, and he will be sitting on the chair of God on this world. It means it's a person that represents God on this world.
Okay, that's interesting. And why do we need Messiah?
You don't have a problem with the idea that I say that I have a physical father and a physical mother?
I don't have a problem.
It's against the Christian belief.
Faith.
Faith.
I don't.
The Christian believes that you don't have a father.
So you can explain to us a bit this concept.
Well, it is a Mashiach ben David, and it is Mashiach ben Yosef. Mashiach ben Yosef, it is written that he is the soul of Mashiach ben David. This is the way these two Mashiach will be present in the future, like a soul.
Two aspects of the same Messiah. Actually.
Yeah. It means it's a soul and a body. It means when we talk about Yeshua, we don't really talk about so much about the physical person. If you don't have a real father, it means he's not really physical in this world.
But he was then.
He was here, but it's not completely physical, because he's only half physical. If you have only a mother physical and a father that is not physical, it means he's not a real physical. Now, any rectification in this world has to go through nature. It means any correction has to go through the law of the nature. Sometimes, for different reasons, God intervene here and he do miracle. Intervene. And he go against the rule of himself. The rule of himself is it's the rule of the nature. What the nature?
The laws of nature.
The rule of nature is what we call Elohim. The name of God that represents the nature and all the force of godliness in the nature, we call it Elohim. That equal Hateva, the nature. Alright? In Gematia. So, sometimes, like what you call Pikuach Nefesh, sometimes it is a danger. Let's say in Shabbat, we have to break the rule to save the life of somebody, so we cannot keep Shabbat. It means we have to break the rule of ourselves.
Have exceptions.
We do exception, and we have to do something that are against the rule of the Torah. The same way God do sometimes to save the humankind, to save the world. He do exception and he do a miracle. But really it's not the way that the thing supposed to appear in this world. Now, the side of the Mashiach that can perform miracle and can and belong to the side of godliness that is up of the nature is the Mashiach ben Yosef. Now, the side of the Mashiach that represent the rectification in this physical world is Mashiach ben David. Now, if it is in Christianity a belief, a
Faith.
faith, a traditional that Mashiach will come from the sky, how we connect this to the opposite idea, like in Judaism, that Mashiach must to born like a physical person, he has to be somebody that live between us. His coming cannot be performed with miracle, because if you perform miracle, you break all the rule of this world, so it's not anymore a rectification of this world, of the physical world. It's like all the world fell. Don't success to achieve the goal of all creation. It's like a father having a son that he cannot stand on his legs. He needs his father all the time. He's not independent to act and to fix his world, his life. So how we connect these two concepts? So it's two ways to make this connection. First of all, we must know that in the Bible, by himself, there are always two different opposite appear of the Mashiach. It is Mashiach that came with the cloud, with Ananei Shmaya, and it is Mashiach that came on a donkey, it means in natural way, in physical way. Alright, so we must to make a connection between these two opposite things. What is all the idea of Chan? What is the idea of Chan is always two opposite. It means two different opposite concepts.
To assemble them.
And we have to assemble them. Two came to Noah, to the Ark of Noah, always male and female, always two opposite point of view how Mashiach is going to come. Alright, so to explain this paradox, there are two ways to explain what it means that the Mashiach coming with the cloud.
From the heavens.
From heaven. We can say that we speak about something that is spiritual, about soul. So if it's something that has to do with soul, we cannot see soul. Most of the people cannot see soul. So what we see is just a person that lives between us, that one day he will sit on this chair of God in the world, and he will rule the world like a Mashiach. And still we don't see anything that, not the flying saucers or anything that is not natural appear in this world. This is one way to explain this, that we talk about something that is spiritual. A second way to explain this is to say that in the coming of Mashiach there are different degrees. Is a natural state of coming of Mashiach, what is the beginning state, what is related to the holiday of Purim, 1 month before Pesach, that in Purim even the name of God don't appear there, everything is going naturally. All the miracles are dressing in the law of the nature.
Hidden
in the nature. Is nothing not natural that happened in the story of the Megillat Esther. And after came Pesach in the month of Nisan, that came from the word Nisim, what it means miracle, and all this redemption is completely with Nisim, with miracles. So we can say that they are the beginning, the beginning steps of redemption. That
first stage.
We have Mashiach coming, he will rule the world, but everything is worked naturally. Is nothing, any miracle are not performed in his coming, and after his coming still all the world act naturally. And it is a more late state of the coming of
later
state of coming of Mashiach, until we get even to the raising of the dead, that is something completely not natural, it's completely, and we cannot have any idea how it's happened exactly. in this time. Now, between these two, the end of redemption, that is the raising of the dead, that is completely, it's a different world, and the coming of Mashiach, that is completely natural world, it is something in the middle. What is the middle is the building of the temple. Now, about the building of the temple, there are two different opinions in the Torah. It is written, Mikdash Hashem, konenu yadecha, your hand build it. Alright, so there are people that will say that everything that we do is God doing. So it's not mean that we are not going to do it. Anyhow, there are two opinions how the third temple will be built. We have to build it, or it will fall down from the sky. Because we are in the middle between these two states of existence, the beginning of redemption and the end of redemption, so it is a question how it's going to happen. So really, everything we do physically in this world happen in spiritual way too. Anything we build in this world, God put it down from up. We just don't see it. But in this time that the third temple will be built, already the world will be in such a development that it will be able to see that something that we do physically is appear from the sky as well, both the same time. Alright, so this answers the question about Mashiach coming from heaven in the time that the third temple will be built. If we will be able to see that it's falling from the sky and still we are going to building on earth, it means that we will be able to see as well about the Mashiach, even he's a person that born from a father and a mother here on earth, what is Mashiach ben David, still we will be able to see that on top of this person, it is Mashiach that came from the sky, and this is Yeshua. Alright? So this is a general way to connect these two different opinions that Mashiach that came. He grew like a tzemach, a plant that grew from the earth, and from another said something that came from heaven.
So it's both.
It's both, and it's always both. We only see one part of the reality here. It's always both. Anything that grew from the earth is came from God. The earth is more God of heaven. We just don't see it. It's why everything grew from the earth.
So the temple should be after the Messiah comes? Or
yes. It's about a middle time between beginning of coming of Mashiach to the raising of the dead. There are opinions that it's about 40 years between this 40 years before, after 40 years after Mashiach coming, and 40 years after the temple is built. Their opinion like this, it will be the raising of the dead. It means it is like 3 period of time, but there can be, it's not mean that this must be this way exactly. It's not mean that the temple cannot be built before. There are different opinions. Nobody can really know for sure how much time will take to Mashiach to get to the state that he can build the third temple. Only when he builds the third temple we know for sure that is Mashiach. And like we say, when he gets to this state, it's already big thing happened to the world. It's already achieved to bring peace to the world, because only after winning the war the king is asking to build the temple. It means only when he has peace from all the enemies. It means only when we have peace in all the world, we can think about to build the house of God for all the world. All right? Before the building of the temple must to be the war of God.
War.
The war. The war, it's not
like
mean,
more of a spiritual
it's not,
war.
It's not must to be a war of killing people. The Milchamot Hashem, the war of God, it can be teaching of Torah.
And a war against ego.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the ego is the main problem in the world.
For sure that any redemption out of us, any rectification in the world, it's as well rectification inside the body. Alright, it goes always.
So the temple basically should be between our hearts, a connection, a Shekhinah, and a connection between our hearts. That's the temple where we have to first build it, and then it may become material.
But the after the free mitzvot we are asking to do when we come to Eretz Yisrael, there are free mitzvot that Am Yisrael ask to do, free general mitzvot that this free mitzvot can be
commandments.
This free commandment can be performed only by order, a help of a prophet that work together with the king. So the first thing is to put the king that we don't have yet, a king that is from the house of David, is the first mitzvah. The second mitzvah is to kill Amalek. It means to fight the enemy.
Ego mainly.
Like I said, Amalek is inside of each one of us, and to kill the evil force can be
the evil inclination
with his month of Mashiach, like he says that he will kill his enemy with his month. It means with Torah. All right, so we don't talk about. It's not have to be killing of people. It might be two, but it can be a lighting. A lighting. You can kill an enemy just by teaching, by putting light, and make the darkness disappear. Okay, so, and only after we get to peace from the enemy, it means we achieve peace in the world, then we can think about building the temple. David HaMelech, David the king, in his life, he didn't arrive to the building of the temple. Only his son Shlomo, that came from the word peace, could do it. All right, so it's like there are two. We talk here
stages.
About two states. That is somebody David that basically fight against the enemy, and Shlomo that is a time of peace in all the world, and he builds a temple for all the nation to come and to pray for God.
The temple will be a temple for all the nations.
Yeah, I don't think it will be a temple of sacrifice. I think the sacrifice, it is written, the mincha will be of charity. And it written that it will be a house of tefillah, beti bet tefillah yikare lechol ha'amim. My house will be a house of prayer for all the nation. All right, so it's not must to be a house of sacrifice. Probably, I believe there will not be sacrifice.
Sacrifice is korban, and korban is from akrava, is from getting closer. Karov.
Yeah, so
it's getting closer to God.
So there can be many ways to do a sacrifice.
Sacrifice our egos.
And it is written, Unshalma parim sfatenu. We pay parim, it's like bulls with our lips in the prayer.
We'll do what with the bulls?
We pay bulls with our lips.
Okay.
It means the lips. The prayer can come instead of the bulls that we have to sacrifice. All right? It is a verse in Tehillim. So the prayer is a sacrifice.